Greetings, welcome back to my channel. Fatima said yes. I am so excited for these two. But listen, we know that their engagement and relationship will not go without trials and tribulations. They started out like that from day one, definitely being tried. But will their love sustain it? We'll find out. Now, when we left off, Zach got on one knee and proposed. And Fatima was shocked. She was really going through it because everything with Karen, the girl Heather from the club, all of these things that she's been dealing with Zach was going through her mind. And she was wrangling with the decision, like, should she do this? Should she accept this proposal? And Zach poured out his heart. He doesn't see a life without her. She means so much to him. And she was like, how do you know? How do you know I'm the one? She almost looked deflated. Like, look at her face. Like, I love you, Zach, but I don't want to go through what I went through with Ian. But she took it all in. And after his heartfelt speech, she said yes. And she was so excited. Everybody's clapping in the restaurant. I mean, she loves him. What can you say? They fell in love quick and hard. And he put that ring on her finger, and I was like so excited. But I'm like, here it comes, because the minute something good comes in your life, we already know the trials they've been going through. What Fatima has been hit with when it comes to Karen and Heather and everything else, though. His record, just a whole lot of baggage with Zach. She knows it's going to be a serious rough road ahead, but because of the love for him, she just could not resist and not say yes. I mean, they are truly in love. They're going to have a whole lot of ups and downs. I'm sure we'll see in the episodes and seasons ahead, but we all for this ride, right? Definitely. So they get in the car and she's on cloud nine. I guess they just in that mood, ready to go home, I guess, and celebrate. And then she talked about his friends and what they think about it, because she knows how they feeling. And, she said, he basically told her there's going to be some issues, especially when it comes to Nathan. And he mentioned to her the situation with BRYCE. And that came up because, Tony's pretty cool with it. And Nathan's going to be a big headache. But the situation with BRYCE was really strange and taken aback. And I knew he was going to soon eventually say something to her. And so he brought up the fact that he asked him, was he bisexual? And she was like, what? Like, where did that come from? And he's like, I have no idea, because it was the strangest thing. And she said, I really don't know what to say about that, but it's going to come to light. Whatever it is with him and why he asked that question will come out, and it definitely will. And we'll see soon. But it's crazy. And the fact that you're going to question me, but you're not going to tell me about you, it's really perplexing. But she said, we gonna find out. So now they coming home. And our girl Deja out there with her behind all out up under her car. Hey, y'all. You know how she do. And Zach like, don't start. He like, here go this chick. I told you about her. She's gonna be a problem. Now she's saying that she's got car problems. And she needs Zach to help her. And she like, bottom line is, Zach, I don't fix cars. Like, you come in here anyway. How you gonna tell somebody who don't know about cars to come in here and look any old way? I mean, this sister is trying. But she trying the wrong one. And they trying to tell her, get an Uber or whatever. You got to get to the club. Catch an Uber back. Oh, no, I can't do that or whatever. Anybody else can. So, peep this. Women know the game. Men could act stupid and naive if they want. Fatima like, I got this. Go help her. Go in the house, because I'm going to deal with her. And she's looking like, yeah, heifer. What's wrong with the car? Let me check it out. Oh, girl, con. Oh, whatever. No, she peeps game. So she like, okay, what's wrong with it? Questioning her, picking with that brain, woman to woman. So Fatima goes over to the car. She checks out and see that this heifer like unplugged the battery or some mess with the car. And she's looking over her shoulder like, I wonder if this chick gonna find out. And she's like, I don't believe this be. She was like, oh, you know what? You unplugged this. Oh, I'm sorry. Some old mess she said to her. And she was like, look, let me tell you something. I'm not the one to be effing with. Don't mess with me or my man and cut your games out. And you know Fatima is not one to play. Her family's off the chain. Her friends, those she knows, she come from a serious family background. I know of gangsters you already know. She is related to Madam. And Zach gonna get a taste of her soon. So that whole situation with her gangster family, you do not want to play from the streets. Deja got the right one. So she pissed off. The jig is up. Yeah, she found you out, girl. Playing them games with my man. How dare you? She lucky she didn't get a beat down in that driveway. Put in the comments, how would you have handled this situation if it was you and your man? Would you have let her walk away that easy, or would she been mopped up and down that driveway? So Fatima comes in the house. Zach's changing his clothes. She questioning, pissed off, looking like, where you going fixing the car with your white beater and your shorts on? Where you going at looking like that? First of all, you look sexy if my man looking like that in the house. I sure don't want you to put all that in display for your little tenant that obviously wants you. So she tells her about what she did. She was like, oh man, why would she do that or whatever? Zach like to play dumb. And sometimes men do that. They act so oblivious to what women are doing. But women in our third eye and our, intuition, which sometimes we ignore, but we don't because God gave it to us. We got to bring light to the situation. So she basically told him, no, you not going out there like that. I handled it. And they got to play around and get frisky. Because she was like, I want some of that for me. Forget her getting that. It's mine. So the next day they get up and Zach is like, I guess he's still in bliss from the night before. And he wants Fatima to stay home for him, stay baby from work. It's going to be raining today. She was like, I can't. I got to go to work. So he was like, okay. And, he wanted to do a little something, but she not having it. And, I guess basically she's saying today soon we should be getting that paternity test. But also, you're going to have to deal with that chick next door because that was just total madness. So he's seeing if he can get a little something. She like, no, I got to get ready. And he tells her, well, I'm going into the office and, lets her know that he has an office now with BRYCE. And she thought that, was a pretty good idea. So she's going in the bathroom and he won't let her take a shower with her. So he was like, okay, you're going to be like that. I bet you Deja will let me in. I'm like, Zach, you really got a death wish, don't you? So she flew up out of that bathroom and she was like, what did you say? And he like, oh, that's too soon. She said, yeah, it's too soon. And he like, but I bet you opened up that door. Which she did. And with a little persuading, I guess she thought about it. Okay, let me have my little fun. And he ran in the bathroom with her. Them two, they have this crazy relationship, but I'm all for it. Now, she gets to the job and she asks the receptionist, I guess the assistant at the office about that paternity test that she sent. And she said, yes, I love how sisters, give each other that love. They both saying how nice they look today. I'm all for that sister girl thing. So vibe. So she said, yes, they said this afternoon you'll have the results. So Angela's stopping in and she tells Angela, oh, did you hear BRYCE and, Zach got an office together? And she said, yeah, I heard about it. And she said, yeah, well, I'm going to check it out, on my lunch. Would you like to come with me? And she said, yeah, we'll go together. So she said, okay, meet me in the parking lot and we'll go together. Okay. Whoo-wee. Now, this chick is back out again. Zach can never stop running into her. She just be waiting for him, I guess, to come out. So she out there smoking, doing her little thing. I'm like, chick, you got the dress. You still got the club clothes underneath. What's up with you? So she out there doing her little smoke. Zach going to work. And this is the thing with Zach. Zach has to put on, he was a little bit serious, but she, being that he already crossed the line with her at the club and they had that little lap dance she gave him or whatever, she feels she can cross that line from tenant and landlord. So it's hard to pull that back with Zach, taking him serious. And she goes to tell him how she heard him and Fatima having sex and, had her little vibrator out. I guess that turned her on and just really messing with him. He's telling her, get in the house. Is children in the neighborhood. She was like, I got the weed from the children. What you think? and all of this nonsense. And Zach really need to put a stern, firm hand on her and let her know he's not one to be playing with, because she's still gonna keep coming after him. You can best believe that. Now the kicker is old boy Nathan. When they was at that party, evidently they exchanged numbers, and he comes to her apartment, and old girl evidently does private parties, and she gets paid for sexual favors as well. Now she better watch, turning Zach's, apartment into a bordello, because that's what this looked like, friend or no friend. So evidently she's paying for sexual favors for Nathan. And the crazy thing is, she thinks if she sleep with him, that's gonna make Zach jealous if he finds out. Zach don't want you like that. What are you talking about? So Nathan's having his little talk and looking pitiful, and he really looked scared as hell coming in there. Like he really didn't want to do it, but he was torn because he's just so miserable in his marriage. But yeah, he did what he had to do, and he paid her. And I'm like, what? So you prostituting too, girl? All right. So she pays him. They get a little high, and they're gonna do what they do. So I'm like, I don't know if it's gonna stop with Nathan, how far this is gonna go. But Nathan already knows his wife is crazy. I don't know why he's asking for these problems, and Deja is bringing problems to this household between Fatima and Zach. Now, back at the office, here goes, you see how they twins? I'm like, how did they purposely dress alike? But, Bryce want to say, if everything's, okay between them, I guess with the conversation. And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, why are you still pressing this? And Zach, like, you still bringing this up after I told you, no, I'm not bi? And he's like, a lot of his friends say that they straight, but, they still dabble with other men. I mean, if you got bisexual friends, bro, that's you. That's your business. But if I already told you that I'm not, why are you still trying to cross that line? Zach, like, no, I am straight, like, bam, like, all the way, not dabbling. It is what it is. And he's still, because he likes him so much, finds it strange that he won't cross that line with him. Put in the comments what you think about this whole situation with Bryce and coming after Zach like this. So Zach is like, at this point, is getting annoyed, which I don't blame him. Because are you dense, bruh? I'm not. And I'm not looking at you like that. I'm not interested. I don't know if he thinks he can push him a little bit more. He'll, cave in. I don't know. But, rise ventures, Zach said, is taking on a whole new meaning in this word right now. So Fatima and Angela's in the car on their way to the office. And Fatima's showing, her little ring. She's excited, like, bam, I'm engaged. And Angela's like, oh, wow, you sure? You ready for this? And she's like, basically, yeah. And then she brings up the conversation of, being bisexual. And what do you think about bisexual men? She was like, to each his own. I don't have an issue with them. That's them. I don't have a problem. So she's like, why are you bringing that up? Then she said, Bryce is bringing up Zach a lot. So now she, and acting real strange lately. She thinking that Zach may be bisexual. She said, my man is straight. I know he's straight. I mean, don't be questioning mine. You need to be questioning yours. And she was like, what do you mean? She was like, you did say that he's bringing up Zach's name. She was like, I'm like, Angela, stop acting stupid. Like, you can't be that naive and slow. Come on, girl, wake up. Yes, I mean, you saw him hard the other day when he came in. So you should have put those two things together. So she's like, oh my God, the thing is, he does have a lot of gay friends outside other than just Zach. Like, and Bryce, when he had the conversation with Zach, made like his friends were bi and they were into their women, but men on the side. But she's saying they straight up gay. And now your men just got gay friends and you don't see anything wrong with that. Why are you bringing that to me? Off the bat, you should have been suspect of your man and not Zach. That should have been first. So back at the office, Zach is like, basically, are we done with this situation? Are we done with this conversation? He's like, yeah, we cool. So they going over business, going looking at some properties on the computer. Bryce is getting all fidgety, still looking down Zach's neck. He probably smelling good, looking good. Okay, if you attracted to men, I can see why you attracted to find behind Zach. But bruh's not interested. So he's quivering, can't focus on the properties, saying, is there a problem with me being this close to you? Zach like, no. And now at this point he's getting irritated. And I don't blame him, yo. Man, just come on. We men just act comfortable like we did in the past. Like, there's no issue. Let's just look at this work. I'm cool. Let's just deal with the property, okay? This is what we're here for. Do you believe that this joker goes in for the kiss? Oh my God, put in the comments what you thought when this happened. I'm like, bruh, what's about to come next? You deserve. Pow. Like, you dense. You still pushing the issue? These are the boundaries. Let me tell you something. If it's a man or a woman or same sex, it doesn't matter. When I say no and I'm not interested, it means no and I'm not interested. Bryce, you better chill, because anybody else, you might have got more than that. Oh my God, I can't wait to see how this kicks off at the next episode. What's going to happen between the relationship between Zach and Bryce? Do you think they should do business right now? Can they do business right now? What's going to happen when Angela and Fatima, because are they going to see this? Because they on their way now to the office. And we going to find out also, like Maury, are we going to say, Zach, you are the father? We shall see coming up next.